So in this video, we're going to show you how to create the application that's going to have 3 slider bars. The slider is a JSlider, right? That you can slide it or adjusting it, and it's going to make color changes to the text labels. Alright, so we're gonna call JSlider bar color demo. Alright, so create new class, JSlider bar color. So let me create a like that demo, okay, and then I'm going to create a driver class, okay, as the driver. And this is going to have the main. Right, so now I'm going to put it next to each other, then you can see. So there are 2 classes. So this is going to have a constructor. And we pretty much know how to create a simple GUI already, right? You can do JFrame here. You can extend, right? Or you can just make extend JPanel. Sometimes you see something like that. And then let me show you another way you may see. And then you're going to have JPanel or JFrame in the main. Sometimes it's just like that. Okay, like you may see different sample of program do different thing. It's all the same. This is just like you instantiate an object, right? And object is a JFrame. You can put a title to slider bar, right? Demo as a title of this frame. You import this in, and now you can do JFrame dot add new J, which is JSlider bar, which is pretty much you add the panel, right? Because JSlider bar is the panel. That's just another way. So we add the panel into the frame, onto the top of the frame. Then we can set the frame to be visible. Right, set visible to true to make sure it's going to show up. Okay, so what else that we like to do with JFrame? After visible, we have to do, you may set the size, right? You may do pack to make it wrap around to the contents, right? Or you can manually set the size. You can also, you should do like set default close operation, and then do JFrame dot exit on close. So those are the common thing when you do JFrame, right? Add, set visible, pack, and set default close operation. Now that's we'll do with JFrame. Add argument to match. It has to be component. You have asterisk, that means you didn't save it. You have to save it. That's what it is, because I typed this later. They don't know this is part of JPanel. So after you save, it works. So sometimes you see that, make sure you save the file every time. Now we're gonna use JLabel. We can add JLabel onto the panel, right? Let me create JLabel equals to new JLabel, and this is color, right? Show color label, something like that. And we need to import JLabel to use. Now we have JLabel that we need to add to the panel. We can set the layout to panel too. So let's create a layout. Now what type of layout? So by looking at this image as requirements, so we said we're gonna create border layout, and we're gonna have JPanel on the top, maybe another JPanel at the bottom, or if I just have one JPanel with border layout, I can put the title border onto the bottom, and I add the slider onto title border. Actually, that's gonna be one panel. Let's look at that. Okay, let's look at how to use title border and add JSlider. Now we said if we want to go with the border layout, then we have to set layout. Now I'm done with this part. I'm going to close that. Set layout. When I set layout, it's set to JPanel because this is JPanel. New border layout. So we need JSlider. So let's call blue slider, and we gonna need blue rate slider, and green, right? And this is a slider that we need to import. Now we need to set, we said use this example code panel.set border, new compound border, right? New title border, which is the title right there, and put the title, choose colors. So this new compound border has two parameters with new empty border, which we set to 2. So let's look at what we see from here. So if we want to set directly to JPanel, can we do that? Let's see if JPanel make it as statics. No, we cannot do. But this is a JPanel. Let's see if I move this up and try to import this. So this is the border that we see, right? And this is the title for the border. Okay. So pretty much JPanel, this is the method of JPanel, right? We set border to it. And let's see what we get first. If I want to Now if I need to run, I need to run from my driver that I created, right? So because this has the main, so we pretty much just create the border, right? So that's why if I want another one at the top, okay, can I actually set layout, border layout like that, and add the label to the J panel? And we said if you do border layout, we gotta say where center, right? We say border layout dot center. So let's see what we get then. So it's going to be inside, right? So that's why we may, if you want to make it exact look like this, we may need another label, right? They have to be two separate labels. So we need to create another another panel. What I mean, panel equals to new J panel. And then we make the set border like that to panel. And then we can add that panel to where? To the south, right? Or the bottom page, which is the same thing. Now just rerun that. So now it's just about another tab layout, right? Let's try to make this label center. So set horizontal alignment. Alright. And this is going to be center alignment. So we actually need label dot set horizontal alignment and pass in swing constant dot center to set the label to center. Now we need to add the sliders, which is to the bottom panel. So panel dot add right slider, and we're gonna do the same. Now think about the layout for the panel. We didn't have the layout for this one. It's gonna be, by default, it's gonna be floor layout. So we should set the layout for this panel too. Right, set. If we want to use border layout again, we get align those three sliders, right? North, center, and south. And then we can add right slider to border layout dot north. And we can copy this for the other two and change the name blue and green. So this is going to be center and this is going to be south. And then we just add the panel. So let's see. And also the slider itself we can set, right? Set the min and max, right? Has some errors. JSlider bar color demo. There's an error because we never instantiate the object of red slider. so I